I generally gave up on hope after when Mrs. Berling refused my needs. I was extremely upset and I felt very humiliated that these people had deprived me from having a better future. And well, it all technically started when I questioned a pay rise. The wages we were getting were a joke. I mean, and I was interested to know whether Mr. Berling would raise them. Don't ask, you don't get. I'm sure you've all heard of. But Mr. Berling, being himself, refused. Had to keep labour costs down. Well, I was outraged. The fact that he sacked me was unwarranted and deeply unfair. I mean, well, we all know Mr. Berling is a pretentious man, but, well, to be quite frank, I would have been more than happy not ever seeing his face ever again. Well, I was then plagued by the selfishness of the Berlings again when I struck luck, working in the job, when I got the job in Millward. I was amazed. I was really going to try this job. I didn't want to mess up again. Did I know that she, Berling, was going to walk through the door? Of course not. The spoilt brat stormed through the door with a face like a slapped ass, demanding this and that, to try on this, to try on that. Well, there's one garment she tried on. Absolutely hideous. I couldn't keep a straight face. I had to smirk a little. Well, making sure she didn't see, obviously. Well, that was my last full day at Millwards. I assume the young woman in her power got me sacked. Wasn't actually told the reason, but just to go. Meanwhile, where now? I thought, with great irritation, was there any hope? Any hope in the world for me? Was the Palace Bar now my home? The favourite haunt of the women of the town? Vile old drunk men throwing themselves on us, with us only being able to go without leaving our dignity behind. It still makes me shiver to think that it was wrong. But it was the only choice I had left, so I had nothing, so until Gerald. I loved him. And he loved me. He came out of his busy way and his busy life to give me a home, food, and a life when I was most desperate. My life was worth living for. It was the best few months of my life. My love to him was forever and always. I could talk to him about anything, and he wouldn't judge me. I felt safe for the first time. I was conscious of all my luck. It wouldn't last forever, and and it didn't. It died a cold death a few months later. Beginning of September, I think. I lost everything again. I wasn't too surprised or upset this time. More resentful and annoyed at myself that I was led on. But what was light to anyone? The Palace Bar became my home again. I became every man's mistress for a night, 7 nights a week. To be loved by their drunk minds, just like Eric's. Eric is no man. He's a weak boy that only has attitude when he's had too much liquor in his gut. Pushing and pulling me like a doll. His drunken performance infected me with his child. The state I was in, there was no way I could cope with a child. I couldn't look after myself. Eric offered me stolen money. He was a sad excuse for a man. He made men look weak. I didn't take the money. I'm not naive. I was going to carry on I was going to have to carry on my life on my own. This led me to Mrs. Burling and her welfare state business, which she clearly only had part of to look heroic. I gave up on hope. There is no hope left for me in this world. And that's why I killed myself.